Remember, guys, like up the live as soon as you enter. To like up the live as soon as you enter. Yeah, and also tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tell that friend. Yeah, we're gonna be having a good live tonight. We have a couple of things on the plate to discuss tonight. Also, I'm gonna be inviting over a couple of nice people to assist with the conversation as usual, as per usual, and we promise to have a wonderful time. Right? So yeah, just hang tight, bear with us, and we are a part of a team, so you don't know how the thing go. We are here. We are the J Squad, so we're gonna be talking about some wonderful tips tonight. In the meantime, just go and vibe to some music and set the tone while more persons get in.
See the video's logo right here? Well,
yeah, man, we're trying to set the tone and set the vibe while.
If you professional quality, you'd either have to pay a professional editor or buy.
What about that? Okay. You like it? Yeah, you can wear. All right, so that's the right pace right now. And they're going to be dropping some tips and tricks tonight. We're going to be having a rich discussion tonight, waiting for a few people to pass through. Yeah, man, we are definitely live. So we're waiting. Just waiting for people to pass through, and then we can get the ball rolling. We can have a discussion. Good night to the people who are here. Remember to like up the live, yeah man. Like up the live, and we're discussing tonight the best practices on how to score big on your next interview. You know, sometimes we have some questions, we have ideas, we have thoughts that we would love to get across, and sometimes we ask the wrong questions on the interview and end up not landing the job. Tonight we're going to be talking to you about the best practices and ways how we can actually secure that job. So feel free to interact in the comment section. Let us know you're here, man. Just drop your information in the comment section. Say hello. Feel free to be a friend, you know. You're part of the family. So welcome. And good night to you too. So welcome to the live stream. Jay is my name. JAESAYS is the platform. And you're at the right place at the right time for the right vibe. So tonight, we're going to be talking about best practices. Some of the best practices are, you know, easy to remember. Some of them not so easy, but they take time and take practice. Some of it comes with habits and attitudes, behavioral patterns, you know, but there are times when most of this information is taught. So tonight we have school. You're going to be learning tonight, you know, how to land that dream job. Now, the first thing you must always remember to do is put your best foot forward. Show you the best version of you. Show the best version of yourself. Don't be disheartened at all by or intimidated by, you know, going into that interview. You never really know card. You never know what card is really going to be played. So maybe what you think they are looking for is not necessarily what they are looking for. Maybe you are the ideal person with the qualities and skill sets that you have. But key thing to always remember, guys, first things first before anything else. If you are going a job interview, know as much as you can about the organization before you even step into that interview. Remember, your interview starts from home. I'm gonna say that again. Your interview begins at home. Jay, what do you mean by that? Well, let me tell you. Your interview begins from you wake up and you start building your confidence in front of the mirror. You start getting dressed. You start putting yourself together well. You have done your research. Your interview starts from when you're reading up and trying to get information on your company that you're going to be going to the interview for. So the interview don't start when you walk through the door of the company, but actually the interview begins from home before you even there, because there are a couple of things that you have to do from home before you even get into the interview. Also, later on in this live stream, we'll be dropping some nuggets for persons who are in Jamaica. There are some bit of information that I'm sure that you will appreciate, and we'll be dropping those as soon as later on in the live stream as we progress. So you have to stay tuned. We're going to be dropping them intermittently in between the talking, so that you can get you know, the best out of whatever we are putting forward on the platform tonight. I see one person is watching. Good night to you. Good night to you. Remember to comment in the comment section. Let us know you're here and acknowledge your presence, don't it? We want to big you up to, man. That's what the thing said. All right. So if you're interested in being a part of the team, yeah, feel free to just comment in the comment section. But until then, if not, then we're gonna go straight into it. All right. Now, as I was saying before, there are several tips and tricks how to help you to secure a dream job. All right. So bear with me for a moment, please. Bear with me for a moment while I get things situated. All right. So as we said before, the first thing that you need to do is research the company extensively. Know as much as you can about the company. Know the CEO. Full of wagwan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me drop link as soon as you come. Know the company. Know the information about the company. Learn the company. Every company, every organization is what we call a culture. Learn the culture also of the organization, because in doing so, you will know what you're getting into first and foremost. Right? You will know what you're getting into first and foremost. So learn the culture of the organization. Get to know as much as you can. Read up, ask questions, interact with others, ask people what they think about the company and what they know about the company. And one of the reasons why I say that second one is the fact that nowadays you will find that there are a lot of illegitimate job openings out there. People are posting jobs online for malicious purposes. So we have to be careful to find out the necessary information about whatever job openings that is posted, advertised, so that at the end of the day, you know that you're walking away with a legitimate position. All right, so I just invited up Fuller to come upstairs if she may. So I'm gonna be giving you some more tips as well. Now, one other thing that you need to do, guys, is to clarify your selling points. In other words, what do I mean by your selling points? Have a game plan in your head what you're going to be telling interviewer about yourself. Know how you're going to be answering questions about yourself. Know what to say, or come up with an idea of what to say in order to put your best foot forward. In other words, if you're going into that interview, you want to make sure that you are telling the things about yourself that are relatable to the job opening. For example, if you are seeking to do a customer service job, don't go into that job offering telling the person how you worked on construction sites and you used to be the head foreman on the construction site and your main job was to mix cement and mortar. No, you're going on a customer service job interview. So your responsibility now is to tell the interviewer, or have ideas in your head what you're going to tell the interviewer that will sell you as their ideal customer service representative. In other words, you should have such a burst of confidence and knowledge about yourself that when you step into that interview, you already feel like you're just going to collect your job. You feel like you're walking on your own job already because you are already that much confident. Okay. All right. Next tip for you that I have right here. The next tip is to anticipate the interviewer's concerns. So, in other words, hey Eileen, how you doing? Good night. So, in other words, you're going to ask yourself questions about what you think the interviewer might want to know. You're reasoning with yourself or with company, with your family members in regards to what you think the interviewer might want to know about you. Now, let me give you guys some insight in regards to what I always do. Whenever I'm in a position to go up for a job, the night before, one of the things I always do is stand in front of the mirror, and I'll ask myself questions in front of the mirror and try to answer the questions as best as possible. In other words, I'm trying to answer the questions based on what I think the interviewer might want to ask. All right. Yeah, guys. So let me just read that for you. There are always more candidates. That's the first thing you have to remember. You have to always remember. You have to always remember that there are always 10 other persons who are waiting for that one position that you're vying for. So don't treat it like, oh, this is an easy walkover. But that does not mean that you should not be confident in your approach, though. Make sure that you have a certain level of confidence in your approach. But don't act like you think that it's an easy walkover so you don't have to put out your best, right? Because one position that you're looking for, 10 other persons are waiting in the wings for that same position. And the interviewer is not going to take, the interviewer does not always qualified, but they will definitely take the most suitable. Let me say that again. The interviewer may not always take the most qualified, but they will always take the most suitable. You, Barbara, welcome to the live stream. Remember to like the live as soon as you enter, and thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Yeah, man, your presence is always welcomed over here. You're a long-time member of the J Squad, and I appreciate you. All right. So, another thing is, as I said, put yourself in the interviewer's shoes and ask yourself why they might not want to hire you. Right? I don't have this or I don't have that. As I said before, you ask yourself, you interview yourself before you get to the interviewer. Ask yourself the question, what do I have? I don't have this and I don't have that. When you think about it, this is what you're going to do. Because you have now identified the things about you that you may not have, you're going to now make the adjustment to suit the interview. Right? So when you get to the actual interviewer, you are in a better position to answer all questions that are necessary. Fuller, if you're ready, you can always come up. The link is in the comment section, so you can always jump up. All right. Now, another part of that is, right? Another part of it is prepare your defense. And as I said before, you identified the things that you might not be able to execute. The things that might that when you ask yourself the question, what I have from what I don't have, now you're going to create your line of defense. How do I come back from this? Hey Lenika, welcome. Thank you for being here, Lenika. Appreciate you so much. Yeah. So Lenika, I really wanted to share with everybody so that we going to interviews much more confident we have been going in. Right? We make sure that everybody comes to the J Squad. Yeah, man. They can land an interview, land an opening, and come out on top, guys. If you notice the job market from the other day, you've been hearing a lot of things happening where media is concerned. I can tell you this much: the jobs that are opening up for 2022, plenty job openings, a lot of them. But the thing about it is this: they are very careful of the persons that they actually select. So you will find one person even getting 2, 3, 4 job offers based on how they present and deliver themselves. Right now, as we have been teaching for the past week or two, there are so many different platforms to which you can actually lock down jobs. Indeed is always a good place. Indeed is always a good place. Work is always another good place as well. Fiverr is always a good place to land gigs if you're interested in becoming a freelance and so on. However, though, most or at least all of these places will require an interview. Now, this interview can take the form of a call-in interview, or it can take a call of a texting interview. But which places will require an interview? All right, full kill the YouTube stream and just keep the stream on the restream link. Right. So
yeah, I already killed it. You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly well. So as I was saying,
okay,
guys, no problem. It's fine. I hope you were starting to feel a little lonely, so I'm glad that you're here. So yeah, guys. So that we have Fuller here. So good night, sis. Welcome to the live stream again.
Thank you.
All right, so Lanika is saying, I'm seeing a lot of job openings, but none of my level. I'm a student actuary. Oh, nice. I'm a student actuary, but all the jobs are for seniors. So you see what's taking place right there. Everybody is still asking for experience, 5 years experience, 6 years experience. That is the reason why that helps me now to segue into something else. Make sure that you volunteer. Guys, volunteer as much and as often as you can. Volunteer, right? Get your experience up there. Lanika, while you're even going to school now, while you're in school for becoming an actuary, you can, you know, piggyback on with one of those companies that might require such and such levels of experience. Say to them, hey, I'm an actuary student, however, I'm going to volunteer my services so I can learn as much as I can. In your heart, your intention is actually to lock down a position in the long run. But what you're trying to do is get a foot in. Now, when you push yourself to get a foot in, push come to shove, there's an opening in the organization. They're not going to be looking out. They're going to be looking at that first person that is there with them, which is you, if you do a great job. So volunteering also gives you an opportunity to showcase who you are and what you're about. All right. So good night, Tasha, and good night, Fuller. Once again, ladies, floor is yours if you have anything to say.
Good night. Good night. I'm driving, so full go on.
What's going on? Hi, y'all. What's going on?
Fuller always has
That's
a
baby. What's going on, honey? Okay, guys. Good night, one and all. Make sure you have a pen. Make sure you have a paper. Whole heap of information. Whole heap of nuggets we are drop here, so you understand?
Right.
And this is not Full Attitude. This is the CEO of Blue Rose International right now that is actually speaking to you. Okay?
Yes, somebody who actually employs people.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, I heard Jay earlier on was saying that, when you're looking for a job, you have to definitely, if you know you got an interview, you have to make sure that you look up the company, right?
Research.
You do your research. You always want to go over, you want to go over questions. So it's good to kind of Google, some questions that maybe the person that is interviewing you is going to ask, right? Because you never know what we're going to ask you. Always be pleasant. I know sometimes you might be nervous, but you have to try to keep that whole nervous thing, then make it come out too much, right? So till you be as a babbler and attack, in circles. You want to make sure when the interview asks you questions, you want to listen to the question, analyze the question, and then answer accordingly. You don't want, if them ask you, say, what are your strengths? Oh, me can eat dumpling. No. You don't want that. Okay, it's simple. What are your strengths? What can you bring to the job? What are you coming in with? What is something that you can excel on? They're going to have some people ask you your weakness. Oh, we don't know for rake yard. That's not what they're asking you. What are things that you know that you yourself can improve on?
Right.
Questions like this, and people pay attention. If an employer during an interview say, "Do you have any questions?" Be very mindful. This is your time that you have to have your questions. So a good thing is to always have questions written down, because 99.9% of the time, if you have any questions, this is the time you ask questions like, especially if it's a call center. What does a typical day in your company looks like? What is
Come on now.
the call volume? What are we looking at? You need them to give you a verbal explanation of what you're going to be doing.
Yes.
Right? So you always have to have your questions. You know what I do a lot of times when I'm being interviewed, I ask the interviewee that is interviewing myself, how long have you worked in the company? What do you like about the company? What is some advice that you can give me as a new employee coming in? These are questions that you have to ask. You understand what I mean? So don't ask that, oh, how much you pay, miss? No. Because they're going to, if you're looking for a job on Indeed, 99% of the time, they're going to have how much it pays. You want to give off the impression like, listen, I'm here for the money, but me don't want to seem like me too hungry. So you want to know about the job too. You don't want the people them leaving to feel like I just want you to come for. We're not upon that. Even though we don't say we just come for the money, but you want to know how to do the job as well. Lanika said, I'm always afraid to ask them questions. Last interview I asked about a typical day. Listen, let me tell you something. There's no possible way you can't be afraid to ask questions, honey, because you are applying for the job. You have to ask questions. If you don't ask questions and they throw something at you, you're gonna say, but Jesus, but they never tell me that. But did you ask the question? Do not be afraid, because at the end of the day, when they interview you and they say, okay, you have the job, you don't know, because you never asked them what's a typical day like. So you don't know what kind of, you know.
But to anticipate. You don't know what to expect.
You understand? You can't find the word. What the word? You don't know if you kind of can't find the word. Right? That's
maneuver.
Yes. You don't know how to maneuver yourself. Right? So them say, all right, we need to start. Say somebody don't come at work, and you step on your resume, say boom, you have 4, 5, 6, 10 years of customer service call center experience. Then also somebody didn't come to work, and we need somebody with experience. Then also, Lanika, come here, come, jump on the call, read the script. Come. This is your time to shine. This is your time for just go on with yourself and just say, yeah, I'm come for your job, and yes, I'm belong. You have to show these people that you belong here. Once you're a new hire, then you have 90 to 120 days that you are on probation. This is your time to show them that you are meant to be there. Right?
Definitely.
You understand? No, I'm not. Listen, this is not full of tonight simple things. This is Blue Rose International CEO. Now drop some nuggets on them so them can understand, right? Because me, I'm a person. I have interviewed individuals before, and me, I'm a very tough nut to crack when it comes on to interviewing. Because I ask very straightforward questions, and I'm looking for straightforward answers. Right. So if you get somebody like me to interview, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'll give you scenarios and you have to give me the answer. Like I'm that type of interviewer. You know what I mean? Like, hi guys. No, I'm not that person, because I want to make sure, because you have to understand that the interviewers or the recruiters, if we hire the wrong person, then it looks bad on us because we're the interviewers. Right? So we also have a job to uphold regarding finding the talent for the company. So we want to make sure that whoever we are bringing into the company is people of substance. You have to have something for yourself, and you can't just come so.
Right. Oh, and let me just take the opportunity also, madam, to just interject that I'm sitting in the seat tonight of CEO for God Soldier Records. Record label producer, record label CEO here tonight. This is not the regular Jay. This is the music side of Jay, the professional side, the boss side. All right, so we're here with some good nuggets tonight, guys. So please pay attention. If you don't have a pen and a piece of paper, grab your pen and a piece of paper. Straight up nuggets tonight. All right.
Guys, you can also throw in some questions as well. You can definitely ask you with those. Please drop some questions and definitely simple things. I have never like American interviews because we're always upstage to interviewers. I'd like me tell them what them should be asking. I do. You need to give them a lesson or two. Listen, let me tell you this. As much as you know, you said upstage, but you don't want to seem like maybe that can come off as be cocky or know it all, and that
Naomi.
can also not, you know, help you get the job. So if you kind of upstaging them, they're gonna be like, no, she come to my job, yeah, not fit. You understand? So kind of yeah, you have to kind of like tone it down a little bit, even though we know sometimes them ask some foolishness, but we don't want it to seem like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what you know. Right. So sometimes we have to just, you know, some companies, you have to just try to kind of like get your foot in the door. Once you get your foot in the door, and that's so you just go on with yourself. You need to just get that foot. Yes. I say, let me tell you something. I can give you a little bit about my experience, right? I have been managing restaurants since 2012. I just recently stopped managing a restaurant in last year, actually. So when I got hired at the restaurant, I went here. Me ain't know nothing. But guess what? Guess what though? I am a visual learner.
Right.
I am a very visual learner.
Learn as you go.
And I decided that it's a true meal of money. I decided that, listen, me now get this peer grade, yeah. Me want to know, and me ask question. Me as somebody, if anybody know me personally, me ask one heap of question. Right? Because me need to know. You understand me, I say? So,
right, that's
in no time, maybe before even my 9 days probation, I was a trainer. I was training the new employees coming into the company. You understand? Because that's what I'm saying.
I'm not wrong with that.
Yeah, grow. You understand me? I said, but pity they didn't know that my family has owned restaurants since I was year high. So all I wanted to do was to see how they operate in restaurant. I still want to get the push there. I want them push me say, okay, we're gonna put you in a trainer's class. We say yes. Cross off that for my list.
Yeah, yes, guys, bucket list. Walk with your bucket list, guys.
Yes, say one.
I'm going into this job, and this is my plan. And each milestone that you hit, tick it off.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, you want to get the job. Cool, your job. Next, you want to strive towards trainer, supervisor. Boom, tick it off. Then you want to become trainer. Boom, you tick it off. Next thing, maybe suppose you're going to the job and you want to be the CEO. Hit CEO, tick it off. Or get enough experience and start your own.
Let me get a joke about that, no, Jay. Let me get a joke about that, right? So when I was at a trainer, I was maybe a trainer for maybe give or take a couple of months. And when them see that, they used to make me do shift manager work, right? Then the boss know me and the boss know we're cool like that, because anytime he called me in and for work or something, I always tell him, say, you know, call me anytime. So he was ready to push me. So he used to teach me for the schedule. You know, I was still a trainer. He was teaching me how to do it. And let me tell you something. If you have a manager or a supervisor, whatever the person is, and they see that you're willing to learn, they will teach you.
They're going to push you, yeah.
I've went to so many states under that same one company, and I've managed different restaurants in different states. You understand? And because a lot of the times, like even, you know, I got a call from my previous employer, because I was in Florida at one point managing the branch restaurant down there. And when they saw I came in, when the employees saw that a new person was here, they thought I was the kind of a pushover kind of person. But when I came in there, I was like, I need this done, this. I'm gonna start laying out. Them say, oh, you know what people walk off a job? You know what people change them schedule the next week? The next day, them say, oh, can't work. Okay, fine. Because guess what?
Yeah, but
I don't want people that are not willing to work. You understand? You have to be a sponge. When you're at the bottom, the entry level, you have to be a sponge. You have to be able to want to, you just want to soak up everything, you know, and put on dry sponge.
soak up information.
You have to just want to soak up everything. If it's a visual company where you have to be hands-on, look at how they do stuff. You understand? Hi, Mia.
But let me just respond to a comment that a comment that Simple made. Simple says, but some companies have a brick wall, Jay. True. I can agree with you, but this is the reality though, Simple. When you hit that brick wall, it is time for you to start your own company or move to greener pastures.
Yeah.
Hard none. That is it. Once you've reached to the point in a company where you cannot go any further, that's when you make a decision to move on. Now, the thing about it is this: moving on is not always a bad thing, because 9 out of 10 times in moving on, you're moving on to some better. Why?
Yeah.
You're going now with new experiences, fresh experiences, a whole new skill set. So you're now able to take it on even better than before.
Simple said Fuller was the supervisor. You don't want. Let me tell you something. When I was a supervisor for the restaurant, everybody knew that. Listen, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. And I wanted my shift to be the cleanest shift. So normally, like the manager that I'm taking over, because I normally used to do like graveyard shift and mid shift. So I have to come in the afternoon. I would come in maybe like an hour early. And I had to make sure that the manager prior to me that's going to leave the store to me, she have to do everything. He or she, them have to do everything with upon my list. If it's not done, you're not leaving. No dirty store. Give me. And me have to sign off on it. You're not. You will not. You have to make sure that your employees that are leaving, you got to make sure my store is stocked, my store is sweep them up. I have all my stuff stocked up for my shift. That you had to make sure all of my stuff was done. Like me not play certain games. So I'm not a brick wall. I wouldn't say I've ever, deal with a brick wall situation per se. But me, I just don't take no for an answer. And when you're doing an interview, you have to feel the energy of your interviewer. You can feel the energy of where the person is going or the person is swaying. Understand what I say? So that is just me just listen to me. And they say this one job, I like the job, and I don't get it, guess what? On to the next. Sometimes I really want a job so bad and I don't get it, and I feel a way about it. But guess what? Maybe that job was not for me. Always think about it like this. If you go to an interview and for some reason you did not get the job, you'll feel aware. It's natural to feel aware. But guess what? You never know what is coming.
Don't know what you're getting into.
What is coming. You don't know what God has tried to save you from.
True.
Hold on, Jay. Give me one moment. Close that door.
Because in some cases you might end up in a position or a job where the overheads are trying to use you. Tasha and I were having that same discussion this morning. Things outside of your job description people are putting on you to say that you have to do and you have to do and you have to do for the sake of the company. And when you check it out, you're being used. You are being used. How do you come back from that? So guess what? Before you even get yourself entangled in that, sometimes you just block it. This one is going to be a problem for you more than a benefit or a blessing. So sometimes you have to just leave that one alone and just keep it moving. Because a lot of the times, the one that is waiting for you, as I said before, is much better than the one that you would be leaving. So go through for that.
Hold on, let me get you some what's her name? Let me see. Lanika said, Daniel, hey, the answer me too simple, but me Akosa backward. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Before you go into the something, good night, Sassy. Thank you for being here, Sassy.
Hi,
thank you
Sassy.
also for the 7 people that are here as well. Yeah.
All right, so let me see.
Sassy, they're here. Sassy is here, and Daniel TV Comedy is in the building as well. So welcome to the live stream. Thank you. Naomi is here to welcome Naomi.
Naomi said, the Lord works when you are humble. I went to a department where 2 others and I were not welcome. After 2 years, I wasn't feeling at home. The 2 other ladies left within a year. The Lord told me that I belong there. Very soon, I will be the head of the people who are doing the job over 10 and 20 years. You see that? Beyonce, that's good, Naomi. Simple things that me know, Sassy. Naomi said, "What's yours is your assist." Let me tell you guys something that happened to me the other day. I was having an issue with a particular bank. There was something went down. I was having an issue with a particular bank, and I had to do interviews because anybody know me? Me a workaholic, right? So I went, to do an interview, and I applied for a particular position, not knowing. This is the twist. The same bank that I had an issue with, that go out with themselves with me. Guess what happened? I would be working for the same bank. Yeah, isn't that funny? So
they gave you a job.
Yes, and the funny thing about it is these are the same questions that I did ask the interviewee and the interviewer. Sorry,
interviewer.
Yeah, and I was like, what the typical days, yada yada yada, and she was like, "Oh, it's blah 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 blah." So you mean my man? I just say to her, "Me say, what I say?" What in my head?
Yeah, because you never get that experience as a customer. So
I had such a horrible experience as a client of them. And then that put me in a position where
you're now being offered a job.
Offered a position there. And let me show you how God good. The position that I am being offered is not an in-person position. Because remember, I have managed a call center before. It's a position where, one, I can make my own schedule, right? 2, I will be working remotely.
Oh boy.
Yes, it is. So let me tell you something.
That's why kind of just segueing again, I have heard a lot of persons in recent times bashing remote employment. I want to stop it. You see, landing a remote job, guys, are one of the greatest things that could ever happen to you if you are somebody who can work on your own initiative. If you're not somebody who's good at working on your own initiative, leave it alone. But you see, if you can work on your own initiative, jump at any good, legitimate, and solid remote opportunity. Why? 1, you have your own time at home. 2, if say you homeschool your children, they have the opportunity, you have the opportunity to spend time with them. 3, you set your own schedule. So if you want to work in the night, you can work in the nights. If you want to work in the daytime, in the daytime. It is up to you based on the company's hours. So, those are good options to look into as well. Last week, we talked about some remote opportunities. Next week, we're going to be looking at remote opportunities as well. And also, hopefully, come next week, we're going to be dropping some links to opportunities that are out there right now. Okay? So, you guys can't miss next week, because next week we're going to be giving you some good solid opportunities, positions, to apply for positions. Now, disclaimer, We are not guaranteeing anybody to get a job, but we are putting you in the same space with the employer as an employee. As we over here at JAESAYS, we're on the brink of launching our new business, and the motto for the business that we have in a bridge between employer and employee. So right, let's understand what we are talking about. Creating a bridge between employer and employee. We will be the bridge. Employer and employee can move and connect with each other, but we will provide you information and you do what you have to do from there. So as a disclaimer, we are not guaranteeing that we will give anybody a job, but we are giving you the opportunity to go land a job.
Yeah. And guys, utilize us. If you guys know her, like social media handles and stuff like that, and people that know personally, you know, my business number, whatever, please utilize. You can Instagram me for who have my personal number. You can ask me 10 million and one question. I would definitely get to you guys. So you guys have to utilize us because we have been managers. We have our own businesses and stuff like that. Right. So, you know what I mean? So you're getting it one-on-one nugget. You understand? You know, so, you know what's so crazy? Hola, Eileen said, Fula, you make me feel like we will get scared in front of you. No.
No.
So when it comes down to me and business, this is what people have to understand with me. When it comes down to me and business and working, I go into micromanaging mode, right? I am not going to play with you, because I'll tell you, if we're having a conversation as Fuller to JS, but when it comes on to CEO, we got to get down to nitty-gritty. We got to handle business.
Yeah.
You have to be able to, you can't come to me and ask me for business advice or business, you know, decisions or whatever. And I'm going to be like, girl, no. I am going to give you a CEO type of vibe. You have to be able to interchange them, and you have to do it quick.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? No, man, I'm not a mean person, but I would be, when it comes down to business and we're dealing with business, we got to get it done.
Business
done, and we get the money started out, then we can play all along, girl. Hey, you know, but you have to just focus on the priority.
For example, I remember some time ago I contracted a beat maker, producer, former what do you call it now? Producer as well, like myself, for him to beat a track. And it was when in initial discussion, he was saying that it would take at least a week. 2 weeks pass, no track. 2 weeks going into 3 weeks, no track. Call him up. No, I was busy and I didn't remember to do this and I couldn't do this at the time. Brother Duffy just give back all of my money and I just get somebody else to do it. It's a friend, but him just understand right there. So say, look, this are no gimmicks. When you take 2 or 3 weeks out of my schedule, then what's gonna happen is that you are delaying me now by 2 or 3 weeks to put out a song. You know? So when me would have send out the beat to, or no, to create a juggling, then of course a juggling is like having a track where 5 artists singing on the same rhythm, so them have different songs, right? Me did need my juggling and this brother I will up my time. So if he delays in creating the beat, then he will delay me getting it out. Saying that to say this. Projection. Set a time period. Say, okay, I need this done by X. And guys, by all means necessary, put all measures in place to get it done by X. You see, let me tell you, your work is very, very important. And an intern spot that from a mile away. An interviewer can spot that like a shark smelling blood in water. If you come in on that interview and you don't confident, or if you have poor work ethic, You are outside in the waiting area. Don't believe for a second that the interviewer don't have somebody looking at you, or them themselves passing and looking at you. You know. So if you're there and you're a slump and you know you're like this and just hanging out and just chilling, you don't look like you're ready for a job. But if you're there and you look sharp, maybe you have your device or whatever you have, and your device is in your hand, and you're going over a few notes, and it means you're there, you're going over, you're reading up. It tells that interviewer that, hey, this guy means business, or this girl means business. She's ready for the game. Her head is in the game. So if I'm gonna have a conversation with you, my level of reasoning is going to be different as you are. Now come at you different because of what you have already been showing me, right? Because you are now demonstrating, hey, this is a business kind of person. You know, seems to be somebody who is going to be asking me questions. So as an interviewer now, I have to make sure that I am on my P's and Q's. So I'll be like, good morning, sir, so and so. How are you doing this thing? And the person might, respond in whatever way, have a seat, and you just take them and ease in. But when it's somebody who you really want to get you real quick, you due process or care in it. You just throw two hard questions, knowing that the person can handle it, and you say, all right, we will contact you. We'll get back to you in due course. But realistically speaking, you take 2-3 weeks before you get back to them and call them and say, all right, based on the interview that was done, we are sorry, but we will not be able to go forward with you, and so on. They already have somebody being trained 2 weeks ago. That's how it goes. So you have to put your best foot forward, guys. You have to put your best foot
and please,
forward.
people, remember. Go ahead.
And about a tune a bubble gum when you have an interview. Some of us some dirty a bit of, get rid of the gum. So turn off.
And please, guys, remember hygiene. Hygiene.
Yes. Please.
Hygiene.
Yes.
Please don't come with people and work with a stain-up shirt. Because I'm gonna say no, man. For instance, I said my interview that I had the other day. My interview was at 9. I was online, ready and waiting from 8:30.
Right.
Because guess what? I was able, right then and there, to go over what I need to go over and anything like that. You understand what I mean? So you have to be very, 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 very proactive in what you're going for. You understand? Right. Dress for success, man. Dress for success. You understand? Don't look like what you go through. If you go through hell, please don't look like it. You know what?
Oh, no.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I need to share my story because if I tell people some of my story, you guys wouldn't even understand. Let me just drop on you guys.
Just with a smile.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Let me give you guys.
This is important.
At one point, I was homeless. At one point, I was living in a shelter. Right? With my kids. This is just something I'm kind of dropping on you guys. And trust and believe, say, I was going to work every day. I went on the interview, and this is how I even landed the job. I did not fill out a application. I called the store. I called the store and I asked. I said, I filled out an application and I haven't heard back anything. Mind you, keep in mind, I did not fill out an application. But I called. And in my voice, you couldn't tell, say, me never fill out an application. Because I asked specifically to speak with the hiring manager. And when I spoke to the hiring manager, and them said, oh, we didn't see it. Can you go ahead and fill another one out? And then I'll pull it. That is what I wanted to hear. And I filled it out and all of that. You see, when they ran my name, they saw that I used to work for that company prior years on top of years ago, right? And I got the job like that. All you want is give them attention to your name. Bring attention to your name.
Yeah.
And
That's a trick right there, guys.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I was in the shelter and I was going to work, going back from work, going to work, going to my shift, dropping off my kids, doing all of that. And nobody never know. I'm not late for work, on time.
Right there, sir.
So you don't have to look like where you go through at all. And I'm here now. I am here now. And I can look at another person coming up, or somebody who wants to start a business, or somebody who wants to be in management. And I can say, listen, if I can do it in a situation that I was in, you can definitely do it.
Yes.
I had nothing to my name.
Right.
But nobody couldn't tell you that. If somebody did tell you so, by the time you look at me and smell me and girl have on makeup and stuff and girl on point, you couldn't tell, say.
Look confident, smell confident, sound confident. It's funny. I was having a discussion on this in a meeting with some of my colleagues, and the person was saying, "Why, Jones, you look rich?" And I was just laughing, and I said, "Listen, you have to look the part before you be the part. You have to look before you be the part. You might not be rich, but you have to just dress up nice, man. Fix up yourself, smell nice." As Fuller said, don't look like what you're going through. Don't like what you're going through. You understand? Stand out, stick out, man. And how do you stick out? You stick out by actually not allowing everything will happen to you for wear on your face. Because I can tell you, there are times when your problems become overwhelming, you know, and you're going in for that interview. But on the interview, your mind is on all of the 100 things that you have left back at home. Saying that to say this: if you're going to an interview, have a fresh mind. If it means that you need to plug in ears on your way to the interview, set whatever mantra you use, anything that you use to calm you down and get you clear. Do that. If you need to read your Bible on your phone, read your Bible on your phone. Do something, but get yourself centered before you into that interview. Right? When you are centered and set going into that interview, you're able to answer. That is very important. Fuller touched a little bit of that point earlier, and I'm going to only answer to what you are asked. Reason being, ask you the question on a customer service call, because I taught customer service as well. I say to you, on a customer service call, you come across an irate customer who is about a product. What do you do to settle that customer? Well, and you're always confident and up there. Well, I would tell that customer this and tell that customer that. Listen to me. And I'm just using experience here. The first thing you do is listen to your customer. And when you're listening to your customer, don't cut them off. Give them room to
answer that question.
And when they've gotten of clarity, then you say to them, I do understand what you're going through. I will just give me a brief moment and I will resolve any issue that you might be having. You might not have all the answers, but then you say to them, just give me a brief 1 to 2 minutes so I can resolve your issue timely. I'm gonna put it forward. In that time when you put them on that brief hold, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna research the answer, or you go to your CEO, or you go ask somebody and get answers for that person. You come back and you say, unfortunately, I'm not going to do this for you, but however, I'm able to do this for you today, and that and that and that and that for you.
Definitely.
You know,
you need to
back with
your voice needs to portray. Your voice has to portray confidence. You know what, Jane? You know what? Just off in my head. I think we should go over some questions, some simple interview questions, kind of give them, you know, like what so you can ask me, you know, so don't ask me a hard question, because listen, me I watch plate. Don't ask me no bust my brain. We can go
one of
over
these nights. Before I do that though, one of these nights though, fuller. If all persons who are here on the live, if you're up for it,
I'm game
one
for
of these.
anything.
If you're up for it, guys, one of these Thursday nights, what we will do, that not say we're not go, me and Fuller not gonna do what we are doing now.
Yeah.
But listen, one of these Thursday nights, what we're gonna do is give you an opportunity to do mock interviews. If you want, if you would love for us to do that, you know, you turn on your camera, you're here with our camera on as well. You know, on that night you dress up nicely, come prepared for mock interview, just as if you were coming for an interview, and we practice. Because the Bible itself, because yeah man, we are Christian over here, so we believe in a God over here. So the Bible tells us that iron sharpen and the countenance of one brand the other. And that simply means say, we encourage you, you encourage me. I help you, you help me. We grow together. So we come over here, you get dressed, you put on your dandan, you're here at the time, because our live stream starts at 8, and you are ready for your interview. And we practice. And when we're done with that, good night to you, my dear. This name seems very new. Yes, Sutapas. I'm not sure we've met. If we have not yet connected, please find one of my small shorter videos and connect. Be a part of the J Squad, okay? You won't regret it.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, man. Mock interview. Mock interviews. Practice.
All right. Mr. Jones, how are you doing today, sir?
Not bad. Thank you for asking.
All right, no problem. We're gonna go ahead and start off this interview. I wanted to, you know, kind of touch on a little bit of questions that I may have for you. Is that okay?
Very well. It is okay. Thank you.
Okay. What I wanted to know, can you tell me some of your strengths? All
right. There are a number of strengths. Which one of the interviews you want? Fuller, bad or good?
Customer service. Okay.
Confidence, most definitely one of my strengths is confidence. Listening to detail, paying attention to detail, listening to instruction and following instructions. Also, I am very flexible and able to adapt to unpredictable circumstances.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for that. What would you say some of your weaknesses? Things that you can, you know, work on.
Always give yourself time back, guys. So give yourself time. If you don't understand the question, you think about it before you answer. Don't be in a rush to answer. Well, weaknesses are punctuality. And easily getting annoyed by persons who are not doing their jobs.
Okay, no problem. That's wonderful. And guys, let me just interject here. Hold on. I'm so happy you asked that question. Let me go ahead. Lanika, if you can, I'm going to give you some nuggets right now. I'm going to drop some nuggets right now. Thank you for that, Jay. All right. So I'm going to give you guys some examples of strengths and examples of weaknesses, right?
Weaknesses. Let's go.
One example of strength is determination.
What are you bringing to the company?
You have to it doesn't matter what company that you are applying for. They need to know that you are determined to get the job done. If them give you a task, you have to get that job done, right? So being determined, especially in a customer service position, you have to be empathetic, right? You have to put yourself in another person's shoes. If you were the customer, how would you want to be treated? Always put yourself like that when it comes on to customer service, right? Like Jay said, being versatile, being flexible. People know, say, your love, you know, they want to know that employees want to know that you're flexible, right? Detail oriented. That's a big one too. You need to be a team player, especially if you're working under a team, whether it's restaurant, whether it is customer service. You have to be a team player, right? You have to be committed. You have to let employers know that you are committed to the position that they are hiring you for. If you're a janitor, right? If you're
Be the
a
best.
janitor and what you're doing is cleaning out bathroom, make sure you clean it out to the best of your ability, because that's
Right.
a your bread.
No,
Right?
something. So I did something deliberately. Um, when Sasheen was oh them there. Sashel
Mrs. Sutton.
was
Mrs. Sutton.
when
Thank
Sashel
you.
was doing her Mrs. Sun was doing her role play a while ago. Something very important. Now, if you notice, I answered what I wasn't asked. That was deliberate because she asked me what is my weakness, and I went on to tell her how me not like when other persons not do the job and all of these things. Right off the bat, that tells me as an interviewer that you're gonna come in my company, come cause trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna be a troublemaker. And the reason why I know that you're gonna be a troublemaker, you're not getting the job
Based on
yet,
the
and you
answer.
already start talking about other employers. You understand? Hi,
Hi, Trisha.
good night, Chrisia. Good night, Chrisia. Good night,
And guys,
Chrisia.
this was popping in my head. This
Hold
was
on,
popping in my head.
wait the full good Chrisia. I hope that my homework is Chrisia. Can you kindly do your homework? Have a wonderful night, darling. Now go back to homework, Chrisia. It's now 9:13. You shouldn't be on my live stream. All right, see you tomorrow, Chrissy.
This just popped in my head. Guys,
Unless it's mommy. If it's mommy, then fine, you can stay.
This just popped into my head. Guys, if you're going on an interview and you had a bad experience with your prior employer, please don't go tell the people them say.
Don't tell nobody about your bad
Don't tell them
employer.
say. If even if your boss put a piece of wire, not tell them that.
Yes.
You can say something.
One of the main reasons to do that, everybody connect.
Yeah.
Everybody, so every boss will talk to every boss, and don't feel as if right after you leave that room, that a viewer is not going to pick up the phone and say, hey, so I just talked to one of your former employees, and trust me, can you give me some detail about them, because X and Y and Z, they said so and so and so. Rest assured, bosses talk to boss. Watch yourself. You can blacklist yourself from doing that. And what I mean by blacklisting, every other boss will know about you because they will have their discussion, they meet in their little circles. And they say, this lady, such and such Sutton, I interviewed her the other day for a position. And boy, I'm telling you, man, that woman is a tyrant, because he's coming to my interview and talking
Not
about Mr. Brown's business down there. Watch yourself.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys an example of that.
Don't be telling nobody about nobody else.
Ask me about why do I need a job change?
All right. So good morning, Miss Sutton. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
Wonderful. Happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Another question. How was your commute? I noticed you got here. I noticed you got here at 8:30 on the dot.
Yeah,
I noticed you got here at 8:30 on the dot. So how was the traffic for you?
Yes, sir. I strive to be early. I always want to give myself a little bit of time, get myself prepared and, get ready for the day, get ready for my shift.
Good. All right. So I see you have on your document here that you are seeking a position for customer service representative. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
All right. So one question: why, may I ask, why are you leaving your company that you have on here as still employed. It says that I have not yet left the company, but you're seeking to move forward. So my question to you is, what's your reason for moving on? Why did you choose us?
Definitely. My reason for moving on is my skills and qualifications seem to be a perfect match within the job requirements of your company. Also, I am willing to learn more about your said company. As an individual that has over 10 plus years of customer service, I am sure this job will give me an opportunity to develop new skills and also leverage my current skills and expertise.
Good. Oh, the next question that I'm asking is, as I said before, why do you believe that this company is the best suit for you? And what can you bring to this company?
I did some research on your company, and it shows that you guys are more of a family-oriented company and you strive on a family base. And I also like the fact that you guys put the customer first. I tend to put myself in a customer's shoes to make sure I am giving them the most reliable information. I'm also making sure that I am also empathetic to whatever situation that they're going through and strive.
Stop.
Wait,
stick up in right there.
No.
Wait.
No.
Stop. Stick up in right there. No. Yeah, man. Doing good, but stick up in right there. Teaching moment. No, guys. Miss Sutton did something very important a while ago. She was telling me things about the company. But the thing is, though, what I want you to do when doing your research, get what we would call analytics. Get the analytics. Just like how we do YouTube, all of us, get the analytics. Get numbers. Because every employer is with numbers. For example, you could say, yeah, man. You could say at that point in time, you could say, all right, so I see that last year your company had a profit growth of 10.9%. Now, I believe that with my intervention as well, being employed at this company, I would work together with the rest of the employees to start to at least hit 10.5 in the next quarter. Right there now, you're giving the boss a projection to say, hey, if I employ this person, I wonder if they can really get us to 10.5. So you're getting that employer now to think. These numbers, accurate numbers. Dig up them file, man. Find out what the company has been doing. I'm right, Fuller. Find out what has been happening in the company.
Not every company, let's just keep that in mind, is not every customer service job has.
Not every company has that detail open.
Exactly.
But research, guys.
Okay, hold on. Jump in the comment section.
Wait, hold on. Stick up in before you go there. If say, for instance, this company has even gotten an award from the Better Business Bureau, that out. Oh, I also see on your platform that you've been awarded AAA plus rating on the Better Business Bureau. That was in 2019. And I also see that in the recurring year, you also landed 2020 another AAA plus rating on the Better Business Bureau. Tell them what them already know about themselves. And as simple, just drop right there. So avoid saying anything negative about your current or past employee. Yeah, man.
You know, the simple, I don't know nobody in the comments. Simple said, Jay, said I got you some water because it's so like she did that drink, energy drink. You know that I never drank an energy drink before? This is just me. When it comes down to business and work.
No, you don't need an energy drink. You carry your own.
Yeah, like I am so, I'm not going to say good. I'm so good at it. But I have been doing this for umpty number of years. So we can literally like, I'm a quick thinker. Experience. Yeah, I'm a very quick thinker. Like I can think on my feet. Yes, so if you guys have any questions, show some interview questions. We can definitely answer them for you.
Ask
questions, guys.
That's why we have live streams like this so we can learn together, guys. Ask questions. Yes. Yeah, Luscious. I don't think we're connected, Luscious. So if you don't mind, you could connect with the Luscious. If we're not connected, you could connect with the J Squad. That's JAESAYS. Yeah, man. Get us a short video. Connect. Also connect with Tasha Timely Thoughts. We're on a path for
Yeah.
growth. And for the persons who have not yet been helping with the WH for J, yeah, man, we get in there, guys. Help me with some watch hours, please. Please, please, please. We are almost 600 watch hours away.
Yes,
Here.
sir.
We're close, guys. Help us to get that 4,000 watch hours. Goodies are on the way as well. Tasha,
Yes, please. Tasha, darling.
let's see if we can hear her. She was
I'm
having
here.
some audio. Good. Wonderful.
Yes.
Yes, boss lady.
On the building.
Boss lady is in the building.
Yep. All bosses
Of
here.
experience, many years of interviewing persons. Tasha is in the building. Welcome, Tasha, from Tasha Timely Thoughts.
What's up?
Yeah, guys. So I mean, guys, take advantage of us right now. So when they have a next interview, I say, but I went full of and JD and Tasha this again. All them say for answer
Right.
question. Yeah.
You know what? You know, it was one thing I was listening when my dad listened to them because my dad drive for come to work. And I was listening. One thing some people always tell me is that when you are going to an interview, there's a specific color that you have to wear, right? So you want to always, even with your dress, like Fula was talking about, you have to make sure, say, you're dressing where you're not taking away from. But now let's say dress boring, but you don't want to take out you don't want what you're wearing to take away the attention of the person that's interviewing you, because they can just be looking at what you're wearing, looking for your pink bright makeup on your lip, your eyelash, and all of that, and they're really not paying attention to what you're even saying or how you're answering the questions. So you have to be careful on literally how you really dress for true. Like you have to be, intentional when you're doing that, because there's a lot of times I'm interviewing people and I'm looking like, why did this person wear this here? Like I don't understand. Like, why is your hair like this? But I'm listening, but you can't listen all the way if your attention is on something else.
You have to be.
We used to touch on the age would smile and nod. Yes. Smile and nod. I'm not hearing a thing you're saying, but I'm smiling and I'm nodding.
Hold on, we have a question, guys. It says, if it's the end of your shift and a member of your team failed to complete their task but has a family emergency, what would you do? Let me answer this question, because this actually happened to me a couple of times while I was managing the restaurants. So when one of my other shift managers, she had an emergency, what I had her do was stuff from her shift. I understand that she had an emergency, but she had to take care of that stuff. That I wouldn't, like, all the managers were supposed to take care of our stuff when we were leaving, regardless of emergency or not. So, like, the minimum things, I allowed her to take care of that, but the book work and stuff, I volunteered to do that for her. So, a lot of times people don't show up to them shift and I had to do doubles. So it really was nothing for me, because I'll look on it in my check, I'll go fatter. And I'm just being honest.
Also too, like Fuller is right, but also too, what you do, you like Fuller say, you make her complete some of the stuff that she has to do. But then what you do, because when I used to be in management, managers used to be on the floor a lot. So then if you know this person have an emergency, what you do, you just make them pull off the floor real early, finish what them do, finish all the managers what them have to do, and then you just close down the store.
Yeah.
The most difficult thing you have to do after that is make sure the staff clean and do what they have to do, and then close out the money.
Yeah. So that's what I do. Like for my store, like the waste, and I had to make sure that her waste was counted from her shift, and whatever notes that she needed to write to me and whatever follow-up that I needed to do, she would have to give me that stuff in writing prior to her leaving. Yes. Okay, but simple. I understand what you're saying about time management, but you have to understand that that is an emergency, I would understand that if she was something that she kept doing while, you know, completing her shift. But if it's an emergency, you cannot really speak to her about time management on that.
Right.
Because emergency happens out of the blue. So if it's a situation where that she constantly does it and in our shift she just wants to leave, because trust me, I have dealt with managers like that, and trust me, them hear my mouth, so them never them check themselves, and them know somebody free rampant. So if it's a situation like that, then you have to like listen. And I do a lot of write-ups. I was the write-up queen. My write-up manager, my write-up all my boss. Yeah. Yep. Write them up and them have to sign it. Yeah, I write. Oh, I'm a quick write-up people. Me? Well, now I work with me. You slip on a slide.
I want to hear from Tasha as well in regards to that experience as well. I've had that experience too when I was a supervisor in a call center, and I would have had things on my shift and persons call out like, hey, I have to run off because so and so and so and so, and somebody cover my shift. Mind you, you don't have nobody to cover the shift because you already do the roster. The roster is already done and you already signed in to work. First, you have already signed in. So you analyze and we can go grab anybody now. And two, I realize that you have to leave and your situation is genuine. Good boy, just grab a headset. Boom. Yeah. And run off your shift. Grab a headset and I'm making sales and I'm getting paid for my sales and I'm also doing upsells and I'm still doing customer service job at over the side. And if there's an emergency while I am in, right? All I'll do is just ask another supervisor to just sit in my chair for a second, for hold the fort, and go resolve that issue, and then boom, back to my chair. Run off the shift, play the two roles.
It's about teamwork.
You know, it's about teamwork. And then after you finish with that, some of the times I didn't even take it for the time, only my sales. You understand? Because I was a sales junkie when I was working for that telecommunications company, Tasha, that I've mentioned over and over and over. It was a joy to jump on there and sell a tablet or a phone. Oh, you called in for an issue with your phone? What's a problem? Let me just tell you about our brand new Samsung Galaxy that we have on the market right now. And do you know that if you take that Samsung Galaxy today, you will be getting so and so and so and so, whatever I'm giving. And also, if you pay an additional $10, you'll get a tablet as well. You know, so 2 plan me just sell you for one. Customer service sell.
Highway robbery.
About highway robbery, them still a benefit by getting a brand new tablet for $10, but you have to go pay them monthly.
I see Fuller says something in the comment. She said, sorry guys, you know some like put on my camera, but my head mad. I'm at work overnight.
No.
Sorry, my head mad.
Remember them mind the mad head, you know. They like to see as they really hear what you have.
No one see this.
Yeah, man, it's all good.
No.
You're not gonna put that for more.
Put in your little head.
All right, hold on. There's a question. Hold on. Eileen said, what if you're constantly talking to an employee about there being lateness hour? Let me tell you can't tell about that. Me write you up. Me suspend you quick and fast. And me, I give people 3 chances. When on my shift, I give you 3 chances. So if it's a situation, I even give my employees my personal number, and they can call me. So I try to have be available at all times, whether I'm working or not, to assist. So if I do all of that and you're still being late and I'm talking to you once or twice and I gave you a warning and I said the next one, you're going to be suspended. Bye. Have a good 3-day vacation. Yeah.
And you know, and I saw once Simple say after 3 written warnings, you get suspended. But you can also do verbal warnings too.
Yep.
Verbal warnings are warnings. You tell them verbally and then you put it in writing. Okay, I verbally warned this person after 3 verbal warnings. This is what's gonna happen. For me personally, I like to do it where like we suspend somebody for 3 days. For me take care for the schedule for a whole week. And then
Yeah.
when you come up for the schedule for the whole week now, you see how effective being at work can be because you need that 1 week worth of money. Me always hit them where it hurt the most, so them can actually try to see the value in what them do. It might sound harsh, but people love money. And if you take money out of them pockets, you will see a difference in them, whether it's good or bad.
Yep.
You will see a difference in them. So
Yeah.
some people will shape up and start taking them jobs seriously because they really need the job. Some people they will leave, right?
Yeah. No,
Whoever
yeah.
leave, that's supposed to leave. That's fine, but you have to take a stand as a manager or as a supervisor, or whatever, because at the end of the day, you can't have people walk over you. I'm full of that thing.
Yep.
What you do with giving me a phone number? Me always tell them, don't call me after a certain time unless it's an emergency. If the place not burned down, if the money don't mess up, if just don't call me. You don't need to call me. You can make executive decisions on your own without calling the GM or calling the manager or calling whatever, because you can think on your own. Like you know the basics of everything. You can think by yourself. Unless it's something really over your head and you can't understand it, you can't understand. But no, me no want nobody come every day.
So let me just throw this in the ring again. So one of the best practice that we can actually utilize when going on the interview is to do your best to score the success of the interview in the first 5 minutes. What am I saying? If 5 minutes pass and you don't get the job already in the mind of the employer, then you know there's nothing for the interview there more than social commentary. The first 5 minutes you're supposed to be able to down that job. The moment I start talking to you as an employee, as a potential employee, I am supposed to be convinced that you are the one for the job. In other words, your interview is supposed to be the shortest. When you see an interview get long and drawn out, it's as an interviewer not sure.
It's trying to find more questions to. It's like they might try to find something that to say, okay, this person can do the job.
Definitely. Hola, guys. There's a question.
But in the first minutes, they know whether or not they want you.
There's a question,
about that,
okay. Lanika said, when I work as a J1, we have this lady who always leave us like less than an hour before the shift. Every time I gotta go down. Let me tell you something.
You not get paid for that, you know?
Let me tell you something. Don't know for frightened. We're Jamaica, we know what that means. So if she do it the first time and you speak to her about it, and think about it like this, guys. Once you allow it that one time, it's gonna constantly keep happening. If you have got to change your transportation, that is your business. That is not mine. Me? Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. We can't tell us stories. When me they get I run the Spark Florida when me just go. Oh, my ride is here. I gotta go. I said, your who? That's not my thing. Your shift says it ends at X time. Look at the time. It's not X time. It's 1:45. I need my store swept and mop. Thank you. That my business. I don't care what you got going on. And me as a person, as a manager, where I have to make sure I look over everything to make sure before you even walk out, I go y'all clock out, my love. And if you even clock out before me look over, just know say tomorrow morning I write up. And me I send a message to my boss and all the managers, because managers always have group chats. Let them know you need to, whoever's running the shift the next time, if I'm not doing it, somebody, you need to sign the write up.
Yeah, because you see, But the one thing you have to understand, when managers come on them shipping in the morning, they might call the night manager. Because
Yep.
they won't know where the hell you do last night, why the store look like this morning.
Yep. Yep.
They not call it the
They're not
employee.
calling the employees.
They might call the manager because they want to know. So
Yep.
you
We're
are
liable for
managing
everything.
this store, and the store look like this. Then where do you do? Are you supposed to look over everything before you actually leave? What were you doing?
Yeah, and it make you look bad now because remember you're signing off on what employees are doing at that time. So if they leave a mess for the morning shift people to come and see, then it simply means that you have signed off on that mess. You've okayed that mess. So guess a over job now at stake. As Sasha rightfully said, and I'm making reference back to the success to the interview. In the first 5 minutes, the interviewer already make up their mind about you. But any question that they ask after that is just to confirm their decision as to whether or not you are the right fit. That's nothing else. So that's the reason why sometimes some interviews done quick, and some will be pulled because they're just searching for reasons to confirm. Say yes, this person is the one. So recommendation, guys. Oh, thank you so much, Celie or Sally. I think it's Sally or Cell. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. If you've connected with JAESAYS, please find a short video, connect with JAESAYS. Also, Tasha Timely Thoughts, if you've not yet already connected, connect with Tasha Timely Thoughts as well. And also Blue Rose. All right, all of us that are up here, connect. You want it. All right. Also, start off a positive comment about the company. So guess what? The first thing that comes out of your mouth must be thank you for being a new member. I appreciate you. The first thing that comes out of your mouth is a positive thing about the company. What I say, you remember what Miss Sutton was saying? Don't say anything negative about the past. First things first. Make sure that the first thing that come out of your mouth is a positive comment about the company that you're seeking the job from. Make sure, because with that it leaves a good impression in my mind. Oh, this person already said something kind about us, so I'm not shut off in my mind. I'm now open to hear what you come with next. What else kind are you going to say about us? I'm looking forward. All right.
And even sometimes when you don't even know anything about the company, like when you walk in, like be observant, right? So
Yeah,
like
yes,
so like if you're going for like, let's just use food industry because most of us have experience. Well, two of us have a lot of experience up here with food. So you use food for example. So you walk into the restaurant, you want a job. You go for an interview. Like you walk in, maybe there's a promotion on the, always look at the promotional stickers and stuff that they have on the windows and stuff, right? Look upon them, right? Observe, just look around the store, like, make some keen observation or whatever you see. And then when you go in and meet with the interviewer, like the first thing you can say is, oh, I love the signage on the door or whatever. Can you tell me a little bit more about that deal or
Build
whatever
rapport.
on the door, because I never saw it before. This is my first time seeing it. And then it makes them know that you're really interested in getting the job. You understand? Even when you go in to see the interviewer and like maybe you observe something about the interviewer, right? Oh, I always observe whether anybody interview me, I always observe whether them tired, them lethargic, if they might have a bad day. Like as soon as I go, I sit down and observe. And
Right.
sometimes they come in with some people come with them coffee, some people come stern with them laptop or whatever. Some people come them young and this, but then as you go into the interview, you see this person just kind of open up to you, and that's how you know you get the job. Just like Jay said, you have to be able as much as you want to be comfortable with that interviewer has to also be comfortable with you. So that's how you know that you'd
Right.
be able to get the job. Mhm.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's all. And yeah, man. Don't be generic and be like a robot, guys. Be human. As Sasha Rice say, you come into the interview and the person looks tired. Nothing is wrong with say with just breaking the ice. Long day, and the person might say, "Sure, it's a very long day." And just smile. You don't have to say nothing
Mhm.
more than that. Just smile, because a smile
Don't show your
speaks
yellow
very
teeth then.
loudly.
Don't Jay. Brush your teeth them before no go before
Just
smile.
yes, and make sure that you don't eat and left the food. Go. You see, when you're in the waiting area, always go to the bathroom. Check yourself first. Make sure that you are presentable for that interview. Right? Make sure you're ready. Now, let me give you an idea in regards to saying a kind thing in regards to company. Right? You walk into the interview. You get the opportunity now to be sitting in front of the panel of interviewers or an interviewer. You can say, I've been looking towards this meeting. I've been looking towards this meeting. You don't necessarily use the word interview, because right there you're setting some level of a picture in their head. Hey, this is an interview. It's just a meeting in your head. I meet. I've been looking forward to this meeting. When it's a meeting now, it's more relaxed. So that person now will have a more, you know, easy perspective, and they might feel more relaxed. As Tasha rightfully said, let the interviewer be comfortable with you and you be comfortable with the interviewer. But when you're going to use the word interview to anybody sound like this uptight, up straight thing. But once you use a term like meeting, hey, it's a meeting. You feel more, Anyone to
Otis blessings.
post on that?
Otis
Let me give you guys.
blessings.
Go ahead, Tasha.
No, my dad said hi to Otis. I was saying hi to
Right.
Alex.
Oh,
Hi to Steely.
And
Blessings
yeah.
to
let
Let
me
you
me
tell
tell
you
you
all.
another
something,
part when
guys.
you finish. It
Let me
says,
tell
I
you
think
something, guys.
the next thing you could say after that, wait, full up. The next thing you could say after that is, I know that this company, and use the name of the company now. I know that this company, Sutton's Industry, has been great work in the field of so and so and so and so. Meaning that you have to know the field that they actually do work in. I know that you've been doing that. Such and such company has been doing great in the field of medicine, and I'm really excited to be a prospect of being able to contribute to your organization. Right off of the bat, you tell them say, "Hey, I'm glad that I'm here. I'm here for a job, and I'm not just coming here to see what I can get. I'm also ready to give what I have."
Yep.
You've already set the pace interview. Go ahead.
So when I did my interview the other day, this is what I said to the lady. She was like, we're ending the interview and stuff, and she was like, after I asked my questions and stuff, she was like, oh, she was late and stuff. So she was like, oh, apologize, I was late, at a meeting. I was like, no problem, no worries. And she was like, thank you so much for being so patient. I said, thank you so much for choosing me for this meeting. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
And that
That
she
led me
was
to my
like,
next.
oh,
That's
yeah.
lead me to my next point. We're done, Miss Sutton.
And I was like, when she said that, she was like, oh, you're most welcome. She was blown away. I said, thank you so much for choosing to meet with me today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what you're doing right there is already sowing the words "choosing me" in her head. Choosing me. Subliminal bitches, guys. Don't be afraid to drop them, man. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for affording me the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Use terms like those. It will do the trick.
And trust me, if they never show you by saying that alone, they'll say, no, sir.
No, man. That
Because
person will come different.
I can guarantee you, out of all the people that would interview, I can more than guarantee you, God forgive me if I'm wrong, nobody in a thank her for that. So I'm going to leave right there, so I'm going to leave a lasting impression on her.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so let me drop the point here, as you just said. Get on the side of the interviewer. Now, a lot of the times, and this is reality here, because I've been in a position where I've done interviews. All of you on panel have done interviews before. So tell me if I'm right, or I'm right. And then a person that is seeking the job try to get on the side of the employer, of the interviewer. How do you do that? Because a lot of the times when we come into that chair, sitting down in that chair, it's like an adversary kind of vibe. I want to find out what it is about you, and I'm gonna challenge you, and I'm gonna make you uncomfortable and put you in a position where I am not necessarily against you, but I'm competing against you to prove to you that this job is not yours, and you now will prove to me that this job is yours. That's how we are a lot of the times. But if you can shift that pendulum over to the other side, and you come on my side, and I can see that you've been having a tough day. But however, though, thank you for bearing with me. Even though I'm the last person to be interviewed, I appreciate the time that you're giving to me right now. You know, make them feel like, yo, the greatest thing them do for you. Because in reality, it's the greatest thing. You understand where I'm coming from, guys? So let them feel appreciated. And as Miss Sutton rightfully said, a lot of the times people don't say thank you. We don't let the interviewer feel appreciated. Because they're not have to choose you. They could have closed off the interview right before you. Don't it?
That's true.
But they're giving you the opportunity to hear your case. So therefore, thank you for the opportunity of being here. I really, really, really appreciate it. And don't sound desperate for the people in the interview, guys. No. No, don't sound like, oh, my mother is very sick and the dog died last week and my mother needs to. No.
Yeah, and Jay never give me no empty now. I'm hungry. White squall bite me.
No, Jay never bother with what I eating this evening. Some people are getting married soon, you know, so they have to make sure that they don't out. Listen. Anyways.
Me I get married too very soon, people. Me I get married very soon. Yep. Jay, I'm gonna be the pastor.
Amen and amen. No, let me just drop this right here, guys. Now, candidates are going to try to pry an offer out of the interviewer. You try to get the job, so you pull out all stops, right? But the interviewer is trying to hold on to that job. So you are trying to draw that job from the interviewer, and the interviewer try to hold on to that job for their life. So it's always a back and forth war. So you're putting your A game forward like a tug of war situation. No. But you know what though? If you flip the script and you now get on the side of the employer, then you don't have any problems, right? All right. Good night, Naomi. Thank you. Thank you for always supporting us. We really appreciate you for always coming through for us. Thank you so much. And remember to like the live if you have not done so yet. We do appreciate everything that you have done over here on this platform. Right. Now watch it. You could say something like, I'm happy to have a chance to learn more about your company and let you learn more about me so we can see if this is going to be a good match or not. No. Right there, so interview, I will say, boy, I wonder what it is about this person. Let me give this person a second look. As a matter of fact, and I can tell you from my own experience, a lot of the times when the interviewer is sitting before you, they're not even looking at you. They're just listening to you at first. Not you know.
Like seriously, yep.
Pretty much. But a statement like that will get them to look up from their page, actually see the human that is in front of them. It's not just another interviewee, it's a human being that actually has empathy. When you hear the word empathy, anybody who is seeking a job always go to the people them job interview with empathy. Once you can actually put yourself in the position of somebody else and feel empathy, it scores big points on any interview because it shows that you're genuine, particularly if you're looking for a customer service job.
Yeah.
Right. Not sympathy, guys, empathy. So I'm happy to have a chance to learn more about your company, as we said before, right? I always think that the worst thing that could happen is to be hired into a job that's wrong for you. Then nobody is happy. Forgot to chat earlier. You get the job. Of course you get the job. You put out all the best. But then you realize that the job is not the best suit for you. What do you do then? What are you going to do at that point in time? Because you've already landed the job and now you're miserable in a job that you thought was a dream job. Because you didn't do your research. You want to expound on that, Tasha?
No, wait, what was the question? Sorry.
You actually go interview for this job and the job turned out not to be your dream job, or
Yeah, but you get the job and being in the position now for a period of time. Job just
turn out the way you thought.
go sideways.
Yeah, basically. So I've been there. And so I can say personally that it sucked, but you have to, I heard somebody say this a long time ago, that doors will open, but it's not every door you walk through. So
yeah,
sometimes we get these opportunities and we get these job openings and we go, we interview or whatever, we get it, and we do say thank you, Jesus, for this job, because you get the job, right? But then sometimes too, we have to ask Jesus for true if this is the job, well, if God, this is the job for me, right? Because not because we get the job, it doesn't mean that it's automatically ours or that's where God wanted us to be. Because it can lead you to have some difficulties in the job where, God didn't really want you to have those difficulties in the first place. But because he knows you need the job and you not really discerning, if this is what God really wants for you, will go ahead and take the job. Because you can get the job and you can just say no thank you and decline the job. You can. But most of us don't do that. And most of us take the job and then we end up in a miserable place. And then we say, God, oh my God.
Oh man, cry.
Well, I'm a miserable and everything. And then, start praying to God for getting out of this job for find another job. So we just have to be more, more open to what, and then don't take a job. I've learned this. Don't take a job. It's like in this day and age, don't take a job that you just want to take a job just to take a job. I'm telling you, please don't
That's
do
the
it.
point I was gonna make.
Like, don't take a job just to take a job. Like take a job because you have a plan. Like if you see that this job will launch you into something that you're passionate about, or launch you into something that you were planning to do in your future, then sure, fine. But just don't take the job because you want the money and you need this job. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be lousy at the job. I don't care how much skill or potential you have, you're going to be lousy at the
You're gonna be
job.
losing.
Yeah.
And just to add to that, I wanted to just say one thing. Before you take the job, identify your why. Why am I taking this job? Your why and your what. Why am I taking the job and what I bring to this job? Why? And you see, if you can have a clear-cut vision of your why, another job for you. It's not the job for you. You must always know your why. Is it because you want money? Because your why is going to dictate how you actually handle your job. Is it because you can add something to the company? Is it because you're trying to get more experience?
Yep.
Your why. Very important.
Yep. Why? Are you doing this because you're trying to make extra money to feed your kids? Are you doing this because you need to extra income to just save? Like you gotta know what your why is, because then it makes it really easy for you to walk away from that job when times get tough.
Right. Now, on an interview, another thing to look out for, and this is very important, especially to the ladies, and I'm sorry are not here to hear this, but be ready to handle illegal and inappropriate questions. Sometimes an interviewer already size you up. I'm not saying that that we do that, but there are times an interviewer already size you up. They already size you up. They already have a perspective of who you are, and they know that they don't want to give you the job right off the bat. So here goes. Sometimes they will throw some inappropriate questions in the mix, make you uncomfortable to throw you off your egg. But guess what though? If you actually play ball in their court and play it right, they cannot deny you an opportunity. Good night to you, Sean Chambers. Sean Chambers is saying good night, host. I love to see people do live that kind of jobs. So okay, revisit that so that we can get some more clarity as to what you're saying, Sean. Well, good night nonetheless. And Sean, if you're not yet a subscriber, connect with everybody on the platform. Tasha Timely Thoughts, JAESAYS, and also Blue Rose International. Okay, welcome, and like up the live as you enter. So let me shed some light on that now. It says interview questions can be about your race, your age, your marital status, and sexual orientation, and inappropriate in so many other areas and illegal. Nevertheless, you may get one or more of them. There's no two ways about it. More than likely, on any interview, you might come across at least one of these questions that make you uncomfortable. It says, if you do, you have a couple of options. You can simply answer with a question. I'm not sure how that's relevant to my application. You could say that, or you can say then you could try to answer the question behind the question. I don't know whether I'll decide to have children in the near future, but if you're wondering if I'll be leaving my job for an extended period of time, I can say that I'm very committed to my career and frankly can't imagine giving it up. So you answer the question that they didn't ask. You want to know about my marital status? Well, that's your answer, right? It's not going to affect you giving me the job, nor is it going to affect my work ethic while I'm on the job. That's the answer that they didn't ask, but that's the answer they get. Fair enough?
It's true.
All right. Make your selling points clear. Make your selling points clear. Right? If a tree falls in the forest and no one hears the tree, did it make a sound? Yeah, it did. You just didn't hear it. So if you communicate your selling points during a job interview and the interviewer doesn't get it, do you score?
No.
Let's ask that. Let's think about that for a second. On this question, the answer is clear. No. So don't bury your selling points in long-winded stories. Get to your point. Get straight to your point. Tell the interviewer what your selling point is first, and then give them the example. So in other words, tell them about you first. Tell them what you're bringing to the company, and then you tell them how. Not people always say don't toot your own horn. But if you don't toot your own horn, Tasha, whose horn are you going to toot?
That's true.
Sell yourself, man. Boast about yourself, but boast about yourself with the facts that accompany you based on what your resume says. Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Now, think positive. And Otis touched a point earlier. Otis, welcome as well, Otis. I didn't acknowledge you openly. But be confident, think positive. Go into that interview already feeling like you've already locked down this job. Right? It says, no one complainer. Full of the touch it already. Don't go into the people. For the love of Jesus, do not go into that interview, guys, and talk about past experiences from your last job. It's not good.
Well, unless they ask you though, unless they
Unless you are
ask.
asked,
Yeah.
do not volunteer information. Go ahead, Tasha.
Yeah, unless you're asked, because some interviewers will ask you questions relating to the job that you had before based on, I guess whatever your job description is for this new job.
Right.
Like every time, if you work in customer service, this is a question that every customer service um interviewer ask. Describe to me a difficult situation that you had to handle. How did you handle it? How did you de-escalate a difficult situation?
Right.
They're always going to ask you that. So if you're going to do a customer service interview, always have a specific scenario in your mind of
Right.
something difficult that you had to face, that you overcame, and how you overcame it, because they're going to ask you.
Yeah, they are. They're most definitely going to be asking you.
Yeah, they're going to
So
ask.
what you
You
have
know
to in
that.
that situation,
You know,
guys, you have to think positive. So in
no,
other
Tash.
words, stay away from negative. So hold on, Fuller. So even if you have experience, please stay positive. Come off of the negative as quickly as you can. So if it was a bad experience, oh well, I was dismissed from my last job because so based on the fact that the interviewer asked you that, of course, I was dismissed from my last job. However, while I was there, I learned so and so and so. It has helped me now to be a person. Go back, switch to positive immediately. Because the negatives can become a distractor. So if you're gonna do
Yeah.
problems, so hurry up and switch. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying that me, when it comes down to customer service, if that's the job that I'm looking for, I always have that one experience in my head. And as soon as I'm asked about it, we just grab it up, ready, present it, move on to the next one, quick and fast.
Right. Right. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Now, let me give you an example. It says even if the interviewer asks you point blank, what courses have you liked least, or what did you least about your previous job? Don't answer the question, or don't answer the question, or more specifically, don't answer it as it being asked. Instead, say something like, "Well, actually, I found something about all my classes that I've liked. For example, although I found mathematics to be very tough, I liked the fact that," and you point out the positive thing about the class. Or you
Mhm.
could say, I like customer service at the Hilton. It's quite busy. Although now I know that I really want such and such new job. In other words, even with the latter statement, yes, there was a negative experience with the customer service job, but because of your experiences, it gives you reassurance that it's time now for you to get a new job. Nothing is wrong with you being open and forthright like that, because they asked you to give your experience or give how you felt. You understand? So
Yeah.
yeah, and make sure that you close on a positive note, guys. Don't leave your interview with your interviewer feeling like there was a more to be said or an open-ended situation. Otherwise, you're gonna lose out because the interviewer is not going to feel fulfilled based on your conversation. So guess what? They're gonna want to hear from the next person to see if that person can close in the gap. In other words, don't leave them having question in their mind. Making sense?
Very true.
Don't leave them thinking that there's more to be offered out there. After you leave, they're supposed to send home everybody else because you've already gone home with the job. All right, so make sure you want a copy of your resume at any job. Even if you had already submitted an interview, sorry, even though you've already submitted a resume for the interview, yeah, man, walk with a copy in your hand. You know why? 9 out of 10 times, we as interviewers, we ask you questions based on what is on your resume.
That's true.
So we're not asking what you know have. We are asking questions. So sometimes you might ask, sometimes you, the person vying for the job, might have written something on your resume and God he knows about everything. It never accurate. But to save your tail, you have a copy of the resume. So when the person asks, you already have that piece of paper in your hand. So you can say, oh yeah, of course, I have experience in so and so and so and so and so and so. All right. It says, don't worry about sounding canned. Some people are concerned that it might sound rehearsed. Yeah, man, rehearsed answers work too. It's just that the interviewer wants to make sure that they all the details about you. All right, guys. So we are now on the 2 hour mark, and normally we don't go over 2 hours. We have already gone over 2 hours and 6 minutes. We have a few more points that we're going to be dropping. But what I will do for you, I'm going to go ahead and put them in a video format, and we're going to drop that video on the channel. So in this coming week, make sure that you go ahead and watch the channel. We are posting twice this week. So make sure that you go on the channel and watch that video to get the rest of the tips and ideas in actually acing that interview. All right. So 3 persons on the live. Very grateful to have you. Tasha, we take your final thoughts, and then Fuller will take your final thoughts, and then we call it a night. Okay?
Final thoughts. Make sure you had pen and paper so you could actually take some notes. Because these are trying times as far as getting jobs and keeping jobs. So we kind of really just want to be prepared. And like I say, nowadays people, want to work from home. Most people that I talk to want to work from home nowadays. But still, even with working from home, you still have to know these things because you're still gonna do interviews. You're still gonna, the format and how they do it might change, but you're still gonna have to go through an interview process. You're still gonna have to, be able to have these skills in order to make it through the interview. And even worse now, you're on a screen.
Yeah.
You're on a Zoom screen or you're on a whatever the platform they use for the interview, and you're on that screen. You have to make sure you're actually paying attention. You have to make sure that everything is on point. Your background, you have to make sure your background is good because you don't want nothing in your background that's distracting the person and all that stuff. So just take these little pointers and just use them as much as possible.
Yeah. And feel free, as we said, guys, feel free to ask us questions, man. Drop the questions on the Instagram. The Instagram is JAESAYS876. So it's the same thing as over here. J_says876. That's the Instagram handle. So all of you can reach out to me on Instagram. Also, Tasha Timely Thoughts on Instagram, and also Blue Rose International. So you guys can reach out to us. Also, if you have or any of us personal numbers, feel free. Drop us a number. Drop us a question. We'll help you. And also look out for job postings this week. We are going to be getting.
I'm sorry.
Job postings this week, guys. So look out for that as well. All right. Fuller.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So guys,
Sutton.
yes, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. All right, guys. So going forward, if you're looking for employment, make sure your resume states what you're looking for. I heard Jay touch on it earlier, but guys, if you're looking to work in a hospital, don't put janitorial. Them don't want to know. Say you used to clean the bathroom. If you're looking for administration, don't put that, right? You have to put whatever you're looking for. Your resume is supposed to match.
Relevant.
Yeah, be positive. I mean, you know, you guys can prior to the interview, you know, you're looking up the company and doing your research. Go Google some questions. Practice how to answer them. Because one thing about Google, you ask Google a question, Google is going to give you the answer. And do little mock interviews with your family members, or write it on the paper. You know, ask yourself the question. You know what I mean? You have to rehearse because you don't know what you're going to be asked. So please make sure that all on the I's across all the T's, so you guys can, especially if it's a group interview and the multiple persons are going for the same job, you need to be that standout individual or one of those standout individuals. All right, so just be very proactive prior to interview. Dress code, please don't overdo it. For people who do wear makeup, please keep it all natural. All right, if you put on your lash, put on the long one, then look like they're gonna fly or jump out, you know, the bungee jumping. Don't do that. Put a nice subtle one. Look at eyeliner. Please don't wear loud colors. Right, you can do black and white, black and gray, like very subtle colors like that. Please go ahead and do as well. Don't wear any loud lipstick. Lip gloss is fine, right? And as well, for perfumes, don't wear anything that is too overpowering because you don't know what people are allergic to as well, right? If you have on one shoes or one pants, make sure that the pants have seam and it will not say no water wash and I'll fight no white, I'll fight black. Please make sure appearance is key, because even before you go into that interview, people are looking at you, right? No gum, proper hygiene, and be positive.
The nails. Clean out your fingernails and cut them.
Yes, do not slouch when you're in an interview. Be assertive. Sit straight up. You understand what I mean? Yeah, so we could do the doors 2022. We're going to be positive. We're going to make a lot of money. We're going to be successful. Guys, use affirmations. I cannot stress it enough. Use your affirmation. When you go into an interview, I am going to get this job. The job is mine. God gave me this opportunity. Quick and fast, just like that. Thank him in advance for the opportunity that you got the interview. Right? You have to claim it. Speak it over your life. You understand what I mean? And if there's people around you that are being negative, just don't be around them. If you're not be around them, just keep yourself to yourself during that time. Understand?
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So with that said, JAESAYS family, with that said, we want to thank you so much for being here tonight, and we do look forward to seeing you in the coming week. Remember, we're going to be dropping videos in the coming week, give some more tips about preparation for interviews, as well as we're going to be dropping some job postings this week. So look out for that. And until next time, JAESAYS, and we are
Out of here.
Bye.
out of here.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.